What up YouTube, welcome back to another video. Tonight we are gonna go on a POV drive with my VB WRX, and conveniently a snowstorm literally just rolled through.
Range between 15 to even more than 30 centimeters of snow.
So there is a ton of snow on the ground, and when the road conditions are at its worst, that is when the WRX does its best. Anyways, enough of me talking outside. I'm freezing my balls off. Let's get in there and go for a drive. Now, there are a couple reasons why I want to make this video. First things first, I've owned my WRX for a little under 2 years now. So I've already driven this car through a whole winter and now sort of midway through a second one. So there's some insight that I'd like to share with you guys in regards to the driving characteristics of the WRX in the winter. The second reason is that there are people that I know personally and people that I know of who do not drive their WRX at all through the winter season. And in all honesty, I think that is a huge mistake. I think by doing that, you are robbing yourself from a whole different ownership and driving experience that you cannot get in any other time of the year. Cars like the WRX and STI are meant to be driven when road conditions are adverse. The all-wheel drive systems are built for it. That's where they really shine. I feel like by just sheltering your car away in the winter months, you are not getting the value out of your car. You're not getting what you paid for. Personally, for me, guys, I enjoy driving this car so much more in the winter than any other time of the year, just because it just has a leg up over other cars, and the loose surface characteristics allow you to drive in such a way that make you feel like you're in a rally car for the street. In all honesty, it really puts the WRX name to good use. Now, I completely understand why some people may not want to drive their car every day in the winter, just because, yes, winter driving conditions can be harsh on your car, especially on the exterior and on the underside. But not driving it at all, I don't think that is the proper way to deal with your WRX over the winter months. Take it out a handful of times, that's cool, but don't tuck it away. These cars want to be driven in the winter, and you're gonna love it. Honestly, you take it out once and you're gonna get addicted. Now let's talk about the driving characteristics of the VB WRX in the winter. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this, guys. This is winter driving, but with cheat mode on. This thing is the closest thing to a snowmobile on wheels that you can buy from a dealership brand new. I have so much confidence whenever I head out with my car. See right here, almost got stuck, but all-wheel drive system powers through like it's nothing. You know, when I'm going from a stop to a start, this thing just hooks up and finds grip and just launches you away like it's nothing. And then going around corners, you know, this thing just chews it up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a bunch of ice on this road. And you can just see it's ridiculous. This thing won't break traction with traction control on, but there is an enormous amount of grip this car has. This is a winter machine through and through. When you drive a car like the WRX and you know that it's capable of dealing with whatever Mother Nature can throw at it, you get a sense of confidence. When you're confident in your car, you are a safer driver because you know you could depend on it to get you from point A to point B safely. No matter what type of road conditions, as long as you're not driving like an idiot, this car will take you wherever you need to go. And that gives me peace of mind, knowing that if I have friends, family, pets in the car and I gotta get them somewhere, that I can rely on this car to do that. And I'm not worried that I'm gonna get stuck or stranded. I could only see this car really getting stuck is if I bottom out. If there's a huge pile of snow that I don't see and I get stuck on it because the tires are no longer gripping the ground. I think Subarus have this preconceived notion that they are really good in the winter. And I think that's thanks to the all-wheel drive system that they've essentially mastered now in the majority of their fleet. And the one thing about Subaru is that it's still an econo car brand, which means that you can still get into a Subaru for a relatively low cost. And when I say relatively, I'm comparing it to all the other cars that are for sale brand new as well. Because I think in general, all car costs are through the roof. I think the car market is kind of messed up right now. But the fact that Subaru's all-wheel drive system is sometimes compared as a competitor to Audi's Quattro system says a lot. That this Japanese econo car brand has designed and created this all-wheel drive system that is punching up essentially and competing with the luxury car brand all-wheel drive systems. However, regardless of what all-wheel drive system you have in your car, it can only be fully utilized with a proper set of winter wheels and tires. Now, what I'm running are a set of OEM STI wheels from a 2011 STI, I believe. And the reason why I chose this wheel is because they're relatively easy to find cheap on Marketplace. They're good quality and they clear the Brembos that my car comes with stock. And wrapping these wheels are a set of Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5s. Now in all my other cars, I've ran Bridgestone Blizzaks, and that is a superb tire, no complaints there. But I received strong recommendations when I was choosing a wheel and tire setup for this car to try out the Nokians. And honestly guys, I am thoroughly impressed with this tire. No matter what you throw at it, deep snow, ice, even freezing rain, this tire just chews it up and spits it out. But if you asked me to compare the two, the Bridgestone Blizzaks versus the Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5s, I'd be splitting hairs, honestly. They're both great tires. You can't go wrong with either. It just really comes down to your preference and your budget. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about are some ownership tips when it comes to winter driving the WRX. Now, when it comes to washing your car, you have to do that frequently to ensure you don't let any road debris, whether it be salt or anything else, build up and sit on your paint. Because the longer it sits, the more that you risk your paint getting degraded. And once it gets degraded, there's no longer protection for your body panels, and that's how rust forms. I wash my car no less than once a week. When the weather warms up and there's snow melt and a lot of wet snow hits my car, I wash it twice a week. A few dollars here and there throughout the week isn't gonna kill you. It's well worth the cost for preserving the exterior of your car and also the underside. When you do a car wash, make sure you get in your wheel wells and also on the underside to get any salt that may be lingering there. You do also have to take care of your interior. And the way I do that is by installing a good quality set of floor mats. I put in Tux mats. They're a little bit on the pricey side, but they have the most coverage. They're almost carpet replacements. The only part of the carpet that isn't covered are under the seats, but otherwise everything else is protected. And it's important, guys, because you do track in a lot of salt or road debris through your shoes in the winter, so you don't want any of that building up. The last tip I have for you guys is warming up your car before you drive it. A lot of people have different opinions about this. For me, I always let my car warm up. Not necessarily to operating temperature, but for example, if it's minus 10 degrees Celsius or warmer, I'll let my car warm up for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes at most. And then from there, I just start driving. But when it's minus 10 degrees Celsius or colder, then I'll let my car idle for maybe 5 to even 10 minutes. And when I warm up my car, it's not only just to let the engine kind of get up to operating temp, but it's also because I don't want to drive a cold car. It's uncomfortable and it's just annoying to be driving a cold car. So I always let my car warm up. But as I mentioned before, I don't let it get to operating temp. I don't sit here for 20 minutes. I don't think that's good for your car. I think the best way to warm up your car fast is by driving it at an easy pace for the first 10 to 15 minutes. I probably don't rev it past 3,500 to maybe 4,000 RPM for the first 10 minutes in my commute. And then if my commute is longer than that, then I lean into the power more. But I never really floor my car or really put down the power until I do get up to operating temperature. On that note, guys, let me know down in the comments if you daily drive your VB WRX or any VB WRX or STI. And do you share the same sentiment that I do, that these cars are meant for the winter and that you need to drive them and enjoy them? But don't shelter them away, don't tuck them away. You're only enjoying a fraction of what this car has to offer if you only take it out during the spring, summer, fall months. You will get addicted to driving this car in the winter if you haven't done it yet. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.